What's up guys, the Lazy Goldmaker here. Today we're going to talk about a market niche that I a little bit underestimated in Wrath Classic, something that I've found it's been fantastic. And it's rare armor, various pieces of crafted rare armor. Obviously we knew a little bit about some of them, like pre-raid best in slot gear, like the Vengeance bindings, and it's been fantastic. But I underestimated like the overall potential of this market a little bit, and as we'll see here, this is just from reposting, well, for the last 2 hours. There's a lot of the rare PvP gear here, a lot of it. It sells really, really well. We have 4,000 gold coming in just from a couple hours. Probably half of this is profit. So what's the point here? Why is this good? Well, it's because it's cheap. Look at this. The most expensive item sold here, probably 353 gold for some Savage Serenite shoulders. All of these pieces are cheap to buy. What's good about that, you ask? Why don't you want to sell expensive gear? Well, you obviously want to sell expensive gear or expensive pieces. That's more gold. But cheap items have a much larger market. The number of people are willing to drop like 200 gold on Vengeance bindings for their pre-biz, that's like every plate wearing player in the game. The amount of people willing to pay 14,000, 15,000 gold for Darkmoon card greatness this week, that's a much smaller group, right? Obviously. So that's the point. I've been selling this stuff pretty much for the last 5 days was when I really started. If we can find the group, like here's my just my blacksmithing armor. We have 10,000 gold in sales over the last 5 days, and the vast majority of that is over the last 3 days, 72 hours essentially. So the sale rate is there. Interestingly, I think the ornate Serenite gear has been selling just as fast as the DPS gear for PvP, so that's just fantastic. But this group is great. This group of items, these entry-level PvP pieces, they're absolutely fantastic. They're cheap. They are worse than the honor gear. But that doesn't matter because you can buy a full set. And people do that, as you can see here. We have suddenly a bunch of them at the same time because someone just bought a full ornate Serenite set. You can see here we got 5 ornate pieces pretty much sold at the same time. Probably the same guy. They buy a full set. So you get 4 or 5 sales at the time depending on how you've been undercut. It's just fantastic. So yeah, this is just from I've just started doing tailoring and leatherworking. I started that a little bit later, so probably just 2 days ago. And obviously we've been making gold by that, from that as well. Not quite as much, I don't think, yet. We'll see. We can, if we add all the other groups, we're up to 13k, yeah. So 3,000 gold from the others. But we can see that they are mostly in the last 2 days, pretty much only because I didn't keep it in stock. So the sale rate, absolutely there. Profit margin, I think I'm making anywhere from like 50 to 100% profit margin. So probably between 7 and 5,000 gold profit across these sales, somewhere in that range, which is great. Now the good thing about this market and why I want to make a video about it is that this is not super expensive to enter. You need to hit about skill level 410, 405 maybe for some of these professions before you can start doing it, essentially. And interestingly, for blacksmithing, for instance, it's pretty profitable all the way down at like the bracers, which is the first PvP recipe you get. So look at this, the ornate Serenite bracers. They're 500 gold price point. It's incredible. Savage Serenite bracers, 150 gold profit. Vengeance bindings, 100 gold. And you can see here, it's just absolutely 200 gold on the shoulders. Of course, not all of them are profitable. Like here, the chest piece, someone has undercut that down to 30 gold. And the same with the other chest piece. That's fine. There are still people crafting these to level their profession. This is the best way to level, after all. But the profit is there. The sale rate is there. It sells quickly. It's not expensive to get into. And a lot of people aren't bothering to do this. Why not? Well, because the profit margin isn't super high. A lot of gold makers are focusing on the absolute highest value stuff they can do, whether that's dark moon decks or crafting the epic items for leather, for jewel crafting or leatherworking or tailoring or whatever. Either way, you don't have to cancel scan that much. Of course, scans are slow, so if you have to cancel scan, it's bad. You don't have to. Obviously, it always helps in every market. But it's pretty easy. So what I've been doing is I craft 2 of each of the PvP pieces at the time. That way I don't clog my inventory too much. And then I craft for the vengeance bindings, I just craft literally like 10, 20, whatever at a time. They sell so fast. I've sold 14. I have another 6 that I haven't collected yet. This is in 5 days. I have 11 more in my bags because they are selling so quickly. I just need to post more of them. It's absolutely incredible. But that's what I do to each of the PvP pieces, and then the vengeance bindings and the Eaglebane bracers, which is the other previous bracer that you can craft. I keep more of those in stock when I can be bothered buying the Icy Dragon scale for the Eaglebane. For TSM settings, you want to post for 12 hours at a time. There's some groups in the video description or linked in the blog post. And you want to post for 12 hours at a time to minimize deposit costs, obviously. Right now, deposit costs are still going to be a little bit on the high side, so we want to limit those as much as we can, essentially. And that's it. If you want to, you can do some cancel scans. It is going to help out a little bit, but it's not going to make or break the bank. And as we can see here, these Stormhide shoulders are up at 450 gold, which would be absolutely incredible. But that's pretty much it. Post 1 of each type. Just use the TSM settings in the description. Take a look at them. Try to understand what they're doing. I did not include crafting operations because even though I'm crafting 2 of each, that does not mean it's the right number for you. Depending on how much gold you have on you, you may want to do more or less. There's not like one correct answer for everyone. If you have a lot of bag space or have multiple crafters, there's value in having more items in your bags. That way you can just repost. Don't have to cancel to repost, which is quite useful. If you don't have as much gold, then just focus on the most profitable ones on your realm, whatever they are. Craft 1 of each. Start with the highest profit margin one, and go from there, essentially. So yeah, guys, good luck. This has been super fun to post in over the last 2 to 3 days. Like I posted last night. Finished posting, went to bed, woke up, collected my mail today. It was 5,500 gold in sales. So hopefully we see something even bigger until tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for watching. Good luck.